Dr. Amy Kaur, Minister of State, Ministry of Health, Ms. Ong Kun, Deputy Secretary General, NTUC, Mr. Terry Lee, Chairman of the Financial and Business Services Cluster, NTUC, friends, fellow Singaporeans. First, I want to thank Financial and Business Services Cluster, all of you, for inviting me to join you at your National Day observance ceremony. I hope you forgive my rather casual wear. I've just come from a visit to Tekam, a market, and Little India, and I think that this is what they're comfortable with. I hope you're comfortable with this attire as well. The financial clusters in NTUC represent a very important part of Singapore's workforce. Indeed, you play a key role in developing Centre as a financial powerhouse. Indeed, the financial industry is one of the most globally integrated industries in the world. And there are obvious benefits to this for Singapore because we are plugged into the global system and we can grow with the global economy. But there is a downside. In recent years and even over the last few weeks, we have seen how quickly the financial ills in one country can work their way around the world. This is what you call contagion. In Europe, it started with the peripheral European countries, Greece, Portugal, Ireland. Now it's even affecting the bigger economies. Spain, Italy, and for a little while, even France. There were some worries as to whether the credit standing will be downgraded, just as the US credit standing will be downgraded from AAA to AA+. America, of course, is still suffering from slow growth, high unemployment over 9%. Some people have said that there may be a second recession coming out, what they call a double dip. How this will spread throughout the world, we do not know. But one must expect that if political, financial leaders in US and Europe do not take decisive, urgent, and determined steps in order to shore up their economies, this financial contagion will spread around the world. Eventually, Asia cannot escape the impact. So far, Asia has done well. So we are doing well. China, India, and other countries around us. But if Asia slows down, we will slow down. Our growth will slow down. Already you have seen the government downgrading is a lower economic forecast this year. We are in uncharted territory today. We know Europe is in crisis. We know America is in difficulties. How this will spread throughout the world, we do not know. How this will impact Singapore, Asia and Singapore, we do not know. But what we do know is that if the impact of the financial and economic contagion spreads to Singapore, as we have seen in 2008 and 2009. The consequences can be very sudden, very widespread, and very disruptive. So as I said on another occasion, I think we should start making contingency plans. Be prepared. It's not too early. So that if the crisis hits us, we have the plans ready. If Europe and America manage to ride through this, and we don't need to draw the plans, so much the better. I'm sure all of us would be very happy. But I believe in the Boy Scout motto, be prepared. Be prepared. It's always better to be pre-prepared with plans, what you want to do. Then I think you've got a better chance of not having to use the plans. And if the crisis is us, then you have a better ability to ride out the crisis. So, I believe that the government should start making contingency plans to help Singaporeans who are in need, to keep Singaporeans in jobs, and to help companies so that they can continue to employ Singaporeans. This is vital because there is nothing worse, as you all know, than being unemployed. It's not only the person which is affected, the whole family is affected. Consequences of unemployment you can see in many countries in the world, in Europe, in America. And this is what the government did with the resilience package in 2008, 2009, which helped to get us through the last global financial recession. In that package, the government drew, with the agreement of the President, on our reserves on a large scale for the very first time. I like the word resilience because it is, in my view, a powerful word. It is a tribute to our parents who, through their hard work, sacrifice, built the reserves on which we can now rely on. And we have a challenge, I believe, now to do our parents proud, to show that we can continue the progress on which they have laid the foundation. These reserves are Singapore's natural resource. In good times, the dividends, interest, earnings on the reserves can help to boost our budget, can help us to implement growth strategies, continue to grow our economic sectors, including particularly the financial services sector, which, as you say, represents 11% of our GDP. And with a growing Asia, I believe will grow even bigger in the future and will become a stronger pillar of the Singapore economy.